Did anyone hear the little recording now in progress?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay, great. All right, I think we'll go ahead and get started, folks. Hello, my name is Sarah Hood, and I am the co-chair of the Generative AI Committee. And I want to welcome other folks who are from the Generative AI Committee. I know not everyone from the Gen AI Committee could make it, so I'm kind of your MC today. So again, welcome. I think we'll go ahead and get started. Val, thank you for allowing folks in. And welcome every day to today's Lunch and Learn series, Generative AI, the Student Perspective. Thanks for attending. We have with us today Tiffany. Oh, goodness, and I forgot to ask how to pronounce your last name. Is it Koblenz?
Yeah, it is.
Okay, great. Tiffany Koblenz, who I will introduce momentarily. First, just a little bit of light housekeeping. This is being recorded. We will record the main session, but not the Q&A session towards the end. We do ask that you remain muted while our speaker is presenting. If the chat is active, which I believe it is, you're welcome to engage with each other there. And although it's possible we may end earlier, today's session is scheduled until 2:30, and we aim to have a Q&A of, approximately 15 minutes or so, give or take. Let's see. And with that, I will introduce Tiffany. Tiffany Koblenz began as a student at SFCC currently this fall, and her major area of study is medical assisting. And so that is a short but grand introduction. Without further ado, Tiffany, please take it away. The virtual floor is yours.
Okay. So pretty much this is how I use AI in my day-to-day life. I actually started using it a lot more than I really anticipated these past couple of months. But in all honesty, since starting to use it, it's really helped me with a lot of stuff. Um, let's see, first thing being, I use it to help me create workouts and a good food schedule diet. Because I had really struggled, especially with school and my actual other job, trying to figure out time in between to be able to go to the gym and different foods to make instead of say like going out to fast food places every now and then, and just being able to meal prep stuff for myself for school. So with this one, I kind of just asked it to help me make a schedule for the days that I'm here in Santa Fe, which are my Mondays, Tuesdays, and Wednesdays for clinicals. I lost my cursor. Oh my gosh, there it is. And I pretty much did it for the Mondays and Wednesdays that I have class, and I did it for after 7 p.m. for like a good hour or two workout. And then I had it help me create things like this, like so my breakfast ideas. I had it help me create things like my lunch ideas, dinner ideas, and then snacks throughout the day. And honestly, it's helped me really well in order to meal prep a lot for myself. And then why doesn't this thing click? There we go. Another thing that I used it for is to help me when it comes to my school assignments because I was really stressed out trying to find time to be able to do everything, doing school during the evening and working and doing clinicals during the day. So it's just kind of hard to find time to be able to do all that kind of stuff without actually seeing it on a physical planner, I guess you would say. And then also find time to do things for myself, like taking walks or reading a book. So different things like I have quizzes on Sundays and Wednesdays. Although this one kind of messed it up, I think it put Saturday instead of Sunday. And then it kind of just showed me for those previous days, like when to study, some like light quiz prepping, and then having like time to myself here, doing practice questions, which I do tend to do with my husband. I make a lot of flashcards and he quizzes me on them before my quizzes, and it's honestly really helpful. So, and then the next one, here's a couple things I was struggling with learning in my medical assisting class because I'm not really that great at math, unfortunately. So it helped teach me to find out the BMI of somebody with like their weight and height and everything and find out what's a healthy range and if we as medical assistants need to be able to guide them to make dietary changes or any things like that. And then here's like what's considered like your I guess no, they don't really use normal honestly in any of the clinics that I've been to because it's just not really a good term they say to use nowadays. They use average, so there's normally like an average weight, underweight, and then all those. um the other one I kind of struggled with was finding drops per minute formula as far as IV drip factors. And this one, the way that they broke it down really honestly helped me be able to understand it better. I mean, I don't use it in a clinic yet, unfortunately, but if I ever do end up going to a bigger hospital setting and I do need to know those kind of things, at least I know how to calculate it off the top of my head now. So there's that one. Oh, it's not clicking. There we go. One of my assignments in class was to be able to create a SMART goal for myself to be able to do to kind of help me better myself in certain topics within my class. So this one I used to help me learn pharmacology, which is a major thing that we need to know within the medical assisting program, is all the different drugs, their adverse effects, what they're usually prescribed for, different things like that. And if I'm not mistaken, Tony and Jackie can correct me on this, but I think they say we're supposed to learn at least 100 of them, if I'm not mistaken. Um, so for this one, it was just kind of like I put 30 is just kind of like I want to at least get to know like my top 30 before just jumping straight into like 100 of them. Like I just kind of like to start out small. And then kind of back to what I was saying, like learning the different drugs, their generic versus brand name, learning what they do, their side effects, adverse effects, and why they're prescribed. Here I will learn 5 of them per week, and be able to get hopefully a 90 or above on my quizzes covering those medical drugs. How I want to make it attainable, I can use my textbooks and flashcards. Again, back to the whole my husband quizzing me with my flashcards. And then relevant, I want to be able to learn all these so I know how to explain them to my patients when they have questions about what they're being prescribed and why. And then time-based, I want to be able to complete these. I didn't really insert a specific date just because I will be completing this program in the next 2 weeks, but I do hope to try and get everything done within the next 2 or 3 weeks. Um, but yeah, we had this as a whole assignment for other topics. So I did this one again for A and P, and I believe oh shoot, what was the other one? Like um office management, I think is what it was, or like administrative stuff. So learning about like all the financial aspects and billing and insurance things that go on within a clinic. And yeah, it honestly really helped me to be able to kind of have those different goals and how to reach them for my assignments. And then I believe I don't know if that was my final one. I think that might have been. Yeah, I think that was my final one, Sarah. Yeah, I think she stepped away.
Nope, sorry. I realized I've been talking for a few minutes and I muted myself. So, Tiffany, yeah, before I stop recording and start the official Q&A, maybe just talk a little bit about, and I got a little distracted chatting with some folks, but how long have you been using generative AI? And is it just, it looks like it's just ChatGPT, or you want to talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, so I haven't really been too familiar with AI just because I didn't really trust, a little while back, like a couple months back, about the whole process of like asking AI and everything because I felt like it was kind of cheating my assignments or like plagiarism with a lot of things. But in all honesty, before school even started, it was my husband who actually kind of helped me with this. He was the one who actually kind of initiated me with this one being my first idea with like all the meal prepping and everything for us and our gym schedule. And then from there is kind of when you had came into class and told us like or asked us how we kind of used it. And then from there, Tony and Jackie kind of helped us with like the whole like this part, like figuring out like a good weekly schedule and then for our SMART goals. And yeah, pretty much that's just kind of where they helped out. But I hadn't really started using it since maybe 2 months ago.
Okay. All right. Yeah, that sounds great. And I think, I do realize it's a, kind of a short presentation, and that's okay. I'm going to go ahead and stop the recording, so we can start the official Q&A.
Okay.
Give me just a moment.